Carly Suspension, this is Tyler.
Hi, Tyler. This is Mike. Suspension components, but I had some technical questions.
Right on. What's going on, Mike?
So I got a 2022 Ram 2500.
Okay, is it a diesel?
It is diesel.
Okay, and then does it have the auto-leveling air suspension in the rear, or is it coil-sprung in the rear?
Coil spring in the rear.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, what are you looking at, Mike?
I don't necessarily want to raise my truck at all, but what I'm looking to do, I don't mind raising the truck. I just don't want to do 2 inches in the front and nothing in the rear. I like the way the stance of the truck is with the rear end higher.
Okay.
So basically what I want to do is get the sway bar kit and just shocks. Will your Fox shocks work without leveling or lifting the truck?
No, they will not. There's a couple reasons why they will not. First and foremost, their dimensions are going to be wrong as far as their compressed and extended dimensions to work with a factory coil spring. So they're going to be too long to work properly. And then the second reason that I don't recommend it is we custom tune our shock packages based around the coil spring rate that we're providing with our kit. So what we do is we go to a lighter rated coil spring. That lighter rated coil spring is what's softening the ride, and then the shocks are tuned around that spring and the weight of the vehicle to make sure it's controlled rather than being bouncy or sloppy. So without our coils, our shocks are not going to function properly in multiple different ways.
All right. I like that. I mean, I want to get the softer ride. I just don't want to change the rake of the truck. I tow a lot, and I haul quite a bit. Not a heavy amount of weight, but I do load the truck, and I don't like the look of the rear end lower or level. I'd rather have the rear end high.
What I would recommend in that case, it will take you going to a slightly taller kit, our 3 1/4 inch system. But in order to get more of a factory kind of style rake, if you're not going to have the truck, loaded periodically to where it's completely empty in the rear, would be to get our +2 rear coil springs and then our matching 3 1/4 inch system. The +2 coil springs are more of a heavy duty coil. They're going to do a lot better job at holding weight than the factory coil or our coil that we typically supply with the 3 1/4 kits. It's just a heavier rated coil, but it's still a multi-rate coil. So it's got that, initial rate, and then it ramps up into a secondary as it gets closer to the bump stops and holds the weight a lot better. We did a full write-up on our website showing exactly how the truck is going to sit with anywhere from 0 to 2,500 pounds in the rear with our R2 coils. So I would recommend checking that out a little bit. Something like our commuter system with R2 coils is the direction that I would recommend taking for your particular situation.
And I can't do those coils with the 2 inch leveling?
Correct. The shocks in the rear, which all of our packages are going to be tuned for a balanced feel from front to rear. If you were to do the leveling kit and then do +2 coils in the rear, those shocks are going to be overextended just sitting there at ride height. So that's why I recommend a 3 1/4 inch kit, which has longer shocks that are made for lifting the rear end, and everything's going to function together better at that height.
All right.
Yeah. So that would be the recommendation that I would give you for, trying to get the end result that you're after. Like I said, it does take coming up a little bit more, but that's what's going to give you more rake when you're unloaded and then hold the weight of a camper or, just a lot of stuff in the bed or whatever it is.
All right, I'm not looking to go up that. I work out of the truck, and it's already taller than I want it to be.
Understood. Yeah, and if that doesn't work for you, what I would do is call the guys over at CJC Off-Road and see if they can kind of put something together more of like kind of a Frankenstein kit that would suit your wants and needs in particular. They should be able to put something together for you.
Okay. Would I be buying everything from them anyways?
You would be indeed. Yep. Yeah, we don't do any direct sales from here.
If I just did I don't think the truck ride's terrible now, But
Mhm.
if I can just do the sway bar kit on the stock ride, correct?
So technically speaking, it should work just fine. We never tested it here, which is why on our website you only see it go from 2.5 to 4 inches there, at least the advertised compatibility. But on our leveling kits, we do not drop the bump stop position at all. So our leveling kits compress all the way up to the factory location, which means our sway bar is capable of cycling all the way up to the factory bump location, which means it'll cycle just fine on a factory height truck. But that's just us, kind of making some logical conclusions based on